Well, good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXE repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is Case 9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your net control station this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition providing emergency communications if when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody is welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 minus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency of the straight 610 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you into the net. Check in the net, I should say. Also, if you're on the stick so you can hear the repeater but you can't get to it due to conditions or you're too far away from it, give me a call to the Friday Night Fun Net to Central Hotline. It's area code 815-232-FN. 232-3636. The local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check in on the radio first. Also, this net is being recorded for future rebroadcast on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. This is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, August 6th, 2021. Mike, K9MED down in Rochelle is recording this net. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short timer mobile stations. If you'd rather concentrate your driving, you can't stay for the net for obvious reasons. You got family time. We'll take your short timer mobile stations, your check-ins, and if you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After we get done with short timer mobile stations, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or ham fest. We got a big ham fest coming up tomorrow. I'm sure that Jimmy, when the Case 9GOL, when he checks in, he'll tell us all about it. Okay, we'll do our regular features. We'll do the tech net. If you have any questions, are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? You ask your technical questions, we'll try to answer them for you. Then we'll do the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner in honor of our late great President College, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time you check this net, you always have DX report to pass along. Then we'll do the swap net. If you have anything to buy, sell, trade, or want related to the hobbies of amateur radio or computers, get them out and see what we can do for you. Okay. This question was suggested by Richard N9CO last night during I think it was during the Saturn Net or something like that. Yeah. A couple weeks ago we were talking about county fairs. Well, I tell you what, we're going to keep this fair thing going. We're in the middle of not only county fairs but state fairs. I think Wisconsin State Fair will be getting underway next week. If it's not already underway, Illinois State Fair will be getting underway later this month. Of course, we still got your county fairs taking place. I think Belvedere is having their fair this week. So is other Carroll County and Joe Davis County. So I'm going to ask everybody: have you attended any fairs this week or whatever? Okay. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short time mobile stations I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform. Michael in Janesville. Short time, no traffic.
Hey Jimmy, this is Tom also up here in Janesville. WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. How you doing early morning there, Jimmy? So I'm going to go ahead and do the early check-in and get out early.
Okay, I'm trying to leave some space in there so I don't walk on anybody. I got 2 stations checking, A9VU, Mike in Janesville. I've got you checked in. Sound 3, have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. Tom, W99WTF, also in Janesville. I've got you checked in. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations like to check in this time? Please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. Short time, no traffic.
This is KC9GCR for the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9XD repeater in Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. I had 2 stations checking in. KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe, I copied you. Next station, there's another station trying to check in. Come back, please. Last station trying to check in, unable to copy. You might want to increase your power or change locations. Come back with your call, please. Okay, there was another station trying to check in. Come back, please.
KD9 NWY, Chris in Rockford. Short time, no traffic.
KD9NWY, oh yeah, that's Chris. That's correct. Okay, Chris, I haven't heard you in a while. I've got you checked in short time. Sound 3, have a good evening. And thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations would like to check in? Please call now.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. Short time, no traffic.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. Checking in short time. Okay, Tom, thank you for checking in. If you got time, you're always welcome to recheck into the net. So, thank you for checking in. Otherwise, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Larry.
K9KZT, Larry and Rockford, the king of CW. Great job as always with the cold practices every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights. Okay, thank you for checking in, Larry. Oh yeah, your short time, that's right. 7-3, have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9QPL, Los Parks, short time, no traffic.
KC9QPL, Paul and Los Parks. Good signal, beautiful signal coming in tonight, Paul. 7-3, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in. We'll talk to you on the Monday Night Net this coming Monday night. I'll be net control then. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. Short time, have a good net.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. Got you checked in, Norm. 7-3, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you down the hall. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KL7JAB, Bill in Rockford, short time, no traffic.
KL7JEB, Bill in Rockford, checking in short time. Okay, Bill, I've got you checked in. 7-3, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more short time or mobile stations like to check in? Please call now.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa. Greg in Rockford, short time, no traffic.
November 9 golf for Bravo Papa. Greg and Robert got you checked in, Greg. Thank you for checking in. 7-3. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Any more short time or mobile stations of Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I've got a total of 10 short time stations, so we'll move on to general check-ins. At this time, I will take any general check-in from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KC9GCR, this is W9JTC checking in. Good evening, Jimmy.
W9JTC, Jamie and Rockford. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes to the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Kilo Delta Niner, Mike Echo Delta, Mike and Rochelle.
KD9MED, Mike Don Rochelle. Mike is recording this net for a rebroadcast, future rebroadcast on Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Okay, Mike, thank you for checking in and thank you for recording. So we'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable. Any more general check-ins in Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call KC9GCR.
KC9GCR, WX9RLT.
WX9RLT, Ricky in Loves Park. Got you checked in, Ricky. I'll tell you what, you're sure lucky tonight. You will not have to hold a Skywarn net tonight. All that bad weather is moving to the southeast of us. That's good. Okay. Thank you for checking in, Ricky. I'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable. Any more general check-ins for Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR. This is KC9GOL with traffic.
KC9GOL, Jimmy and Robert. Okay, Jimmy, got you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes with your traffic. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
AE9JF, Jim in Loves Park.
AE9JF, Jimmy and Rockford. We got you checked in, Jim. I'll get back to you in a few minutes around here. Well, thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Last station trying to check in, unable to copy. Your signal, there's a lot of noise with your signal, and your signal is breaking up badly. You might want to increase your power or change location. Try it again. The last station trying to check in. Come on back, please. Increase your power or change location, please. Okay, we'll move on. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
November, Alpha 9, November.
For general, we had a good turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see if we can get a good turnout from Southern Wisconsin. Any stations in Southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
November, Alpha 9, November.
Okay, that last station, I missed it. Let's try that call one more time, but I missed your first letter. Try it again.
NA9N.
Well, good grief, there's a blast from the past, as they used to say in the rock and roll stations. Hey, Rod, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jim. It's really great to hear you. I haven't talked to you since you had your ordeal. And there were a lot of people praying for you and everything. It's really great to hear you. I'm actually in northern Illinois. You know, I can't hit the repeater up in New Glarus. So Thomas, my nephew, and I came down to, I guess we're in Rockton right now.
Oh, that is great. That is great, Rod. Good hearing from you again. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable if you're still going to be in the mobile there. Thank you for checking in. And thank you for your thoughts and prayers, which I sure appreciate it. Thank you for checking in, Rod. Any more stations from Minnesota, Wisconsin who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on out.
Kilo Alpha 9 Bravo Delta India KA9 BDI.
KA9, repeat the last three letters of your call, please.
Kilo Alpha 9 Bravo Delta India KA9 BDI.
KA9 BDI, is that you, Thomas?
It sure is.
Here's another blast from the past, as you also say on the rock and roll station many years ago. Thomas, good to hear from you again. We'll get back to you in a few minutes at roundtable. Good to hear your voice. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on. Okay, it's Friday Night Fish Fry night in Wisconsin. You know where everybody's at. They're at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, the northern pike, walleye, muskie, crappies. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, you eat your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, or Braunschweiger. I'm sure many of you have been at American Family Field. I still prefer to call it Miller Park, rooting for the Brewers. I don't know what the score is. They're playing the San Francisco Giants. I'd like nothing better for them to do is just to sweep the Giants. Okay. At this time, I'll take any general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. Friday Night Fun Day. Please call now.
KD9 MAP, Cary and Rockford.
89 MAP, Cary and Rockford. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. I'm sure you'll have a DX report for the W19 Duncan DX corner. Thank you for checking in. Get back to you in a few minutes. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9 SBA, Matt. And I'm mobile right now, Jimmy.
89 SBA, Matt, down in Oval County. I've got you checked in, Matt. Hey, you drive safely, South Reed. I've got you checked in. That's the important thing. We'll talk to you down the log. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now. Okay, let's move on with the traffic portion. KC9GOL, Jimmy and Robert, what do you got for us?
Good evening, Jimmy and the rest of the group. This is KC9GOL. Well, tomorrow, Saturday the 7th of August, there will be a ham fest up at Jefferson, Wisconsin. And basically from here, that's going up to Janesville and then taking Highway 26 up past Fort Atkinson, and the next town is Jefferson. The Ham Fest will not be at the fairgrounds like it has been, but it'll be at a campground about half a mile north of the fairgrounds. So admission's going to be $5 to get in. It says it's a rain or shine event. And if you're a vendor, you can get in at 6 a.m. and the rest of the people can get in at 8 a.m. So that's what I have for you tonight. Other than that, everybody stay cool, stay healthy, stay well. KC9GOL. Back to net control.
Jimmy, Case9GOL, thank you for that information concerning the Jefferson Ham Fest. Let's hope they don't get rained on. That's for sure. Ain't that the way it goes? Okay. Hopefully I know you'll have a good time here. Hopefully you'll come home with a lot of stuff. Okay, does anybody else have any traffic they'd like to pass on before I give my traffic? Okay, tomorrow, August 7th, let's see, State Line Amateur Radio Club will be conducting a VE testing session tomorrow afternoon, August 7th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. For more information, contact Brandon K9LOA or Tony N9NRB. We have never failed to pass anybody in all the time we've been doing this. So that's great there. So again, VE testing session tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Again, contact Tony N9ARB or Brandon K9LA for more information. Hopefully you get a good turnout tomorrow. Also, next Saturday, August 14th, at 11 a.m., Freeport Public Library, we'll have our monthly meeting of the Stevenson County Repeater Association. We had a good turnout this past last month. I think we had about 12 or 14 people showed up. Everybody's welcome to attend. I don't know what the situation will be as regarding a mask mandate or not. We have not heard anything. So, but come one, come all. Let's pack the place. Also, next Saturday evening, August 14th, will be our annual cruise night here in Freeport. There was no cruise night last year due to the virus, but they're going to bring it back again this year. I have not heard any information about if we're going to be involved or not, but you're not doing anything, and next Saturday night, come on over. So, okay, that's my traffic. Does anybody have any other traffic that you'd like to pass along with the net? With the TechNet. Do you have any, are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Do you have any technical questions? Try to ask for the net, and I'm sure many hands will try to help you. Does anybody have any technical bring before the net?
This is KC9YI.
Oh boy, I don't know what happened. Just a minute. KC9YI. That's the first time I've ever heard you on the digital. Let me put you down. KC9YI. Okay, Scott, I got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes at the round table. Thank you for checking in. Okay. Any more stations you want to check in before we go ahead with the GX quarter? Please go ahead. All right, let's go ahead with the W9 Gene Duncan DX quarter. This is an honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time we had Friday Night Fun Net, every time he checked into this net, he always had DX report. Does anybody have any DX reports they'd like to bring before the net? Please go ahead.
AE9JF.
AE9JF. Oh, okay, Jim. I got you. There was another station trying to get in there. Other station, come back, please.
89 MAP.
Okay, Carrie, I got you. We'll get that to you in a few minutes. AE9GF, Jim. What do you got for us? AE9GF, Jim, are you still with us? Go ahead with your DX report.
Yes, thank you. AE9JF, first time Mexico, Wednesday night on 20 meters. First time across the border. So was really tickled to death with that.
Did you make any others? I guess. What about any contacts inside the U.S.? Did you make any more, or was that your only contact?
No, I had several more. I talked to a N8II in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. It's where I first went to college at. And also contacted a gentleman in Wyoming and another one out in New York State. So Wednesday was very active for me.
Well, okay, Jim. Hey, congratulations on making those contacts, especially with that first contact with Mexico. That's great. Thank you for checking in. We'll still get back to you in a few minutes around table. Okay, Carrie, K9MAP, what do you got for us?
This is KD9MAP. Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. Congratulations to Jim on work in Wyoming. Wyoming is not an easy state to get contact from. It's a low population state. It has a small number of hams, and I don't know if the geography is a problem or not, but I have fewer contacts in Wyoming than any other state. Brief reset. I didn't get on HF much this week, but I did get a new country. It's FS/W8HC in St. Martin, which is a little island that dares to call itself a country on the east side of the Caribbean. Brief reset. My most distant contact was RV0AR. He's close to Krasnoyarsk in Asiatic Russia. That's smack dab in the middle of the Asian continent. The signal goes right up over the North Pole, 5,600 miles. KD9MAP.
That's great. Congratulations on making your contact with was that St. Martin, you say, or St. Mark?
St. Martin.
Okay, I'm familiar with that. I think it might. Okay, they must have since went independent, because I think half the island was part of France, the other half the island was part of Holland. So they must have gone independent then. And thank you for your contact with the Asiatic RV or OAR in Asiatic Russia. That sounds great. Okay, any other reports, or is that it?
W9JTC has one for you, Jimmy.
Okay, W9JTC, trying to talk and write at the same time. Okay, Jamie, what do you got for us?
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Yeah, it was a few days ago, but I did get a chance to work two new countries. I got to work Bulgaria, which was a new one for me, and the other one was the Balearic Islands, which is, it was right there. I guess that's off the coast of Spain, so Balearic Islands. Those were two on 20 meters. Boy, 20 has been really good to me, especially in the evening time. I'm looking at the spectrum scope on the 7300 right now, and yeah, 20 is showing a lot of activity down below the 300, below 14300. So lots of strong signals down there if anybody's wanting to get some good stuff there. So that's the two most recent ones that I got there, Jimmy. Back to you from W9JTC.
Well, congratulations, Jamie. I think that's great. You worked in Bulgaria and the Balearic Islands, both on 20 meters. That was great. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for your DX report. We'll talk to you again during the roundtable. Does any other station have any DX reports for W9GD DX form? Okay. So as we almost always do, we always write down Gene Duncan's old call, W9GD. Of course, that call is now held by Gary in Crystal Lake, formerly K9FM L. So W9GD. So we'll put that down for honorary check-in unless Gary checks in like he did last week. We'll see what happens. Okay. That concludes the W9GD DX corner. Before we proceed with the swap net, if we have any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please call now. Okay, let's go ahead with the swap net. All IMC box order trading must be related to hobbies, raps, radio, or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. You may mention the prices over the air, but any haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic at this time? Please go ahead.
WX9RLP.
WX9RLP. Okay, Ricky. RLP. Okay, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I guess this would probably be the best place now I think about it. I'm just looking for coax. Probably it's just to run HF. Probably about 100, 150 feet. I prefer 150 feet. So. But as they say, beggars can't be choosy. So, yeah, probably, I don't know, what would it be, LMR 400, but I don't know. Whatever is good for HF, I'm not too picky. Like I said, whatever works on HF and probably about 150 feet.
Well, let's see if anybody can help you out. Ricky, WX9RLT is looking for coax. Is 150 or 150 feet for like LMR 400. Does anybody have any coax they want to get rid of? Anybody want to go back to Ricky, please?
9GOL, back to Ricky.
Yeah, go ahead there, Jimmy.
Okay, Ricky, you're saying HF, and that usually is RG 8X. Are you going to bury this, or is it going to be in the sunshine? And how much power are you going to try to pump through it?
To put a long story short, it'll be above ground, and as they say, 100 watts in a wire. Yeah, I know there's a RG8 version that's really good for the HF there. I think it's like U or something like that. It might be V. Actually, like you said, it could be even the X there. But it'll be above ground and, long story short, above ground.
Well, the reason I was asking that is the price difference between that and the 400, and basically the 400 would be VHF, UHF. That's where it shines.
Right on. Yeah, like I said, whatever is good for HF, for, coax, looking about 150 feet.
Okay, well, I'll check the stock and see what there might be.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, back to you, Jimmy. That's kind of weird saying that. KC9GCI, WX9RLT. Thanks, Jimmy.
N9, just good.
EOL, back to net control.
See, you ask on this Friday Night Fun net, you ask and you receive. That's great. Good luck there, Ricky. Thank you for checking in. Let's get putting out that traffic. Does any other station have any swap net traffic at this time? Please go ahead. Okay. Well, that was great. We have let's see. We have the swap net portion on the Monday night rah-rah info net at 7 p.m. Either on this repeater, hopefully, or on 147-195. And the Wednesday evenings, we have our Wednesday evening swap net here in Cedar County at 8 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater with your Freeport with PL 114.8 plus offset. By the way, now, I just come to my attention. Mel, A9RPN, the trustee of the 39 repeater, is going to have major back surgery. I do not know whether he was going to have it done here or in Rockford or in Madison or what have you. But please pray for him, keep him in his thoughts and prayers. He's going to be laid up for quite some time. He's one of the best guys, the best amateur radio operators around. He's been in this hobby for many, many, many years. Please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. So, okay, I guess that concludes the swap net, and I'm trying to put my get my papers in order. Any foreign stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please go on.
I didn't have time. I heard you make your initial call, but I could not get to the radio. But I will be listening, Kurt.
Okay. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was talking about county fairs. I was asking if everybody was going to go or not. Majority of people said no. Then last night, Richard, N9CO, suggested that I bring up this topic. So I spent about 2 weeks. We're in the middle of fair season now. Boone County's having their fair. So is Carroll County and Joe Davis County. So and of course the state fairs will be getting it underway. I'm going to ask if anybody has already attended fairs or if they're planning on going. W9JTC, Jamie, what do you say? Have you been to a fair, or are you going to be going this year?
But if you
Well, good evening there, Jimmy, and everybody on the net, W9JTC. No, not really planning on going to any. It's kind of tough for me to get around on, even for ham festing sometimes. I walk with a cane, and some days the knee isn't so good. So, yeah, I kind of stay away from those, unfortunately. Almost sounds like we have a band opening, too. When I hear the squelch drop out, I hear somebody talking, but it gets caught by the tones. So, may have 2-meter opening going on there. I don't know if anybody else is catching that. But anyway, no things for that. Good luck. Everybody's going up there tomorrow up there. Good luck. Hopefully you find some good bargains up there in Jefferson. I'm going to wait for a different one to come along here before I go again. So anyway, Jimmy, I'll turn it back over to you, and thanks for running the net. A lot of fun as always, sir. W9JTC, back to net control.
quite a while, and I'll also be listening.
You're welcome, JB, and thank you for checking in. Belvedere is coming up at the end of next month. Shouldn't have no problem. I'll tell you what, those Boone County Fairgrounds, all the roadways in there are paved. You should have no problem whatsoever walking around. And hopefully maybe somebody will have like a motorized wheelchair or something you can ride. That'd help out too. Also with band conditions, I believe that probably there might be picking up the Metamora repeater down by Peoria. They have a different PL, but on the same pairing, but different PL. I'm sure if Al, KD9EPZ down Rochelle is listening, you might confirm it. So, okay, JB, thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle, you was recording this net for future rebroadcast on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Have you attended any fairs this year, or are you planning on going?
Hey, KD9MED here. Well, Jimmy, right now I've started a new job, so I've got a new schedule, but if something lines up on the weekend, I'll definitely give it a look. So that's what I got going on. So I'm still adjusting to the new schedule, but other than that, I haven't done anything so far this year. Thanks for asking. It's KD9MED, back to net.
will get a hold of you or Ricky, WX9RLT. Of course, he was trying to figure out how to get in the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page so we can listen to the net there. So, okay. Sounds good, Mike. 73. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Of course, we're recording the net, too. WX9RLT, Ricky in Rockford. Are you going to be going to any of the local fairs, or what do you say?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net. Much appreciated there, Mike. With the FunNet page, I went on there, and there's nobody pending at the moment, so I think Brad might have picked them up there. Not too much going on here, just kind of kicking back tonight. Good job on the net, as always. Good to hear everybody out there. For the fairs, no, not really. You know, because, I don't know, we're still kind of paranoid with the whole COVID thing. Now, with that being said, I do plan on going to the Ham Fest in Belvedere, but I don't know when that is, so... but when that comes up, I do plan on going to that. But as for the fairs, you know, not this year. I don't know, you know, we're vaccinated and whatnot, but I don't know, we just kind of chose not this year. So hopefully a lot of other people do go, though. So I'll send it back to you, Jimmy, WX9RLT, and good job on the DX.
You're welcome, Ricky. Thank you for checking in for all you do with Skywarn, Friday Night Fun Net, or what have you. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know if Brad's a new call either. So, okay. Belvedere Ham Fest will be on the Sunday, September 26th. It's just going to be a one-day affair, and let's hope that as soon as more information comes out, we'll definitely pass it along to you. Let's hope we have a good weather that at least it'll be better than it was 2 years ago when it was rainy and what have you. So, and chilly and what have you. Okay. KC9GOL, Jimmy and Robert, what else is going on with you? Are you going to plan on attending any fairs?
KC9GCR and group, this is KC9GOL. No, Jimmy, I don't think so. My understanding is the 4-H groups aren't doing any of the farmers' breakfasts this year. And that's basically my wants for going to the fairs for that farmer country breakfast. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, sir. Have a good net. We'll talk at you later. KC9GOL.
Okay, sounds good, Jimmy. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Richard, N9CO, good hearing from you. Go ahead.
I was going to say you better check your Ham Fest because I believe the Belvedere one's on Saturday the 25th. It's the only day they could get it because Sunday's already tied up. But you check me out, but I'm almost sure it's on the 25th of September, Jim.
Oh, okay. That will go good. That'd be okay. Let me put you down. That'd be fine. Okay, thank you very much, Ricky, WX9RLT. I hope you copied to that. So that'd be good to be having it on that Saturday.
I copied. Thank you, WX9RLT.
Jimmy, I won't be going to no fairs either for basically the same reason that Ricky said. With this COVID, and people aren't going to wear their mask, I'm not going to take the chances. So we'll pass one of them. It'll be, you know, once you've been to one fair, you've been to them all. They're all the same every year, just different people. So I'll turn it back to you, N9CO.
I'm sorry, I doubled over you, Rich. Say again, please.
I'm going to do like Ricky. I'm not going to go to the fair because nobody's, you know, if they're not wearing a mask and the crowds like that, it's not a good idea, even though we've had shots. But I'm going to just stay away. If you miss one for a year, you're not going to miss much because once you've been to one fair, you've been to all of them. They don't change from year to year or location or anything. About the only thing out there that's good is the baked potato and the elephant ear, N9CO.
I want to tell you something. I was on the Stevenson County Fair last week. That was a Thursday. That was the only day I went. It sure was not anything to write home about this year. Some of the vendors were not there, and some of the food vendors, exhibitors weren't there. There were empty booths, and some of the food vendors weren't there either. Not as many as there used to be. But I did get to go to the hog house and eat my pork supreme sandwich. I did not squeal for more. And I had a pork supreme sandwich, jumbo corn dog, regular hot dog, and chocolate ice cream from Union Dairy. So yeah, and I did not wear a mask either. I did on the way out there for the Pretzel City Transit. They're still requiring you to wear a mask. When I came home in a taxi cab, I didn't have to wear a mask. So that's it. Richard, thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. How did your Canadian football game go the other night?
Went good. Team we wanted to win won, and now I'm watching the replay of the Canton, Ohio Hall of Fame game with the Cowboys and the Steelers. So then Thursday starts the preseason, and then we're going to have football up to Christmas. So it'll be wonderful. And 9-0.
Here, the Mexico station work on.
Okay, sounds good, Richard. The Cubs and White Sox game, I'm sure was interesting. It ended up 8-6 White Sox. They played extra innings there. So, okay. Thanks for checking in, Richard. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Okay. Are there any more, just a minute. Oh, yeah. Before I continue with the roundtable, are there any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
So I'm going to jump back over on there. I will be monitoring NE9LE with N9WFT on the 610.
Okay, AE9M, Jim, what's going on with you? Are you planning on attending any fairs this year?
He really sounds local. He sounds like
AE9JF. No, Jimmy, I won't be going to any fairs. Things have been busy around here, and we've got a lot going on, and I'm afraid not really a fair attendee anymore, but had some good times at the fair once upon a time, but not going this year. So maybe next year. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, everything's going well here, and hope everyone else stays safe. This is AE9JF. Back to net.
I will tell you that I found the
I understand, Jim. Okay, hey, thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Now, let's see if Rod, NE9N, is still on the air. Rod, are you still on the air?
This is NA9N, mobile at the Roscoe Station, Beefaroo. Hi. I'm not much of a fair-going person myself. I don't like crowds all that much. But my wife and my daughter do, so I've been sort of a designated fair driver this summer, and taken them to the Lafayette County Fair and the Greene County Fair. And actually, my daughter is at the Wisconsin State Fair tonight. They've been kind of worried about the weather. I know at one point they had a weather warning over there at the fair, and they were told everybody at the fair to seek shelter. So we haven't heard anything from her, but we've been kind of thinking about that off and on all night with her over there. So that's pretty much the situation here, Jim. Back to the group.
So,
oh yes, it's so good to hear your voice again, and what have you. Okay, thank you for checking in. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for one of your old radio nut jokes that you had to me. I'm going to give it I'll read it to you there or sometime later on during the net. Thomas, thank you for checking in. Thomas, KE9 BDI, long time no hear, buddy. How you getting along? What about you? Are you planning on attending any? Did you go to any fair?
This is K9BDI. Yeah, good to hear you too. I haven't gone to a fair this year. The fair near us isn't real exciting. There's not a whole lot there. 2 years ago, I did do a 4-H project where I made a Morse code practice oscillator. But then, of course, I haven't done it the last 2 years, and that's really all I've got to say. This is KA9BDI.
0 noise.
That sounds good. Sounds good. Well, Thomas, it's good hearing from you again. You have a good evening, and hopefully you and Ron will check in again. Don't be a stranger. if we're not on one repeater, we're on another. Good thing we were on 6-1 tonight. So, okay. Thank you for checking in, Thomas. Jerry, 89MAP. I know you said you're not much of a fair person, but I thought I'd ask anyway.
Well, but, yeah, this is 89MAP. I'm not knocking fairs, but I don't know, the last few years of my life, I've just arranged things so that I have more fun and more amusement, more things to do right here at home, and there's no compelling reason for me to leave and to go places and do things anymore. I don't know, it's weird. I'm just hermitized now. 89MAP.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I understand that, Terry. Well, I thought I'd ask anyway. Thank you for the checking in, and thank you for that DX report you bring us every Friday night. Okay. KD9. Let's see if KD9SBA. Matt, are you still with us?
KD9SBA. Yeah, I can hear you still. I'm kind of by the airport.
Okay. Did you go to the Ogle County Fair last week, or are you planning on attending any of the neighboring fairs?
N9WF.
Yeah, in fact, I was at the county fair, Ogle County, Saturday night, representing our Aries group at a booth with the emergency management folks through Ogle County, and as I believe they did say it was a record-setting attendance that night for the Ogle County fair. It was packed.
Concerning her.
That is wonderful. That is good news. Yeah, I think after what happened last year, I think people are kind of getting fed up and they kind of wanted to go out. So that's what they're doing. That's great. That is wonderful. Matt, drive home safely, and hopefully we'll hear you on the air next week. We'll definitely catch you on the Friday Night Fun next Friday night. Let's see if Scott, KC9YI in Monroe is with us. Scott, are you there? KC9YI, Scott Monroe, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm falling asleep there, Jim. Getting to be my bedtime here. KC9GCR in the net. This is KC9YI. What's the question for the week?
We were talking about county fairs. I had this topic 2 weeks ago, but I think Richard, N9ZO, suggested I have it to see if since we're in the middle of county fair season here. So I thought I probably asked you this a couple weeks. You did not you said you did not go to the Monroe Fair. So what do you say?
No, we didn't make it this year, but maybe next year. Nice that they held it again. I think they had a fairly good turnout and heard some good reports about it.
That's good. Well, I'm sure you heard Rod, NE9N, and Thomas, K9BDI, so that was good to hear their voices again.
Yeah, I didn't hear them, or were they on when the fair was on?
No, they're on the air right now. They checked in the net for the first time in a long time. Why don't you see if you go back to Rod and see if he's still listening? I'm sure he is.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Rod, are you out there? This is KC9YI.
KC9YI in the group from NA9N. Yeah, we're still here, Scott. We wanted to get into the net here sometime this summer yet, and Fridays are dwindling by real quickly, and we can't touch the 661 repeater up in New Glarus. So Thomas and I drove down here, and we're at the Beefaroo at Roscoe Station. That seems to be a good spot here to tap the repeater. But yeah, you checked in with a digital mode, and Thomas was wondering what digital platform that was.
It was the Fusion. I don't know. For some reason, Jim went to digital there, and I didn't know if he realized it. That's why I jumped in there. But so we got kind of checked in there quick.
Okay, well, that's what Thomas wondered too. He's fusion capable. I'm not, so he was curious about that. So, anyways, good to hear from you, Scott. And I'll turn it back to Jim. KC9GCR in the group from NA9N.
No, that's great, Rod. And by the way, I'm talking to you on the Yaesu FTM 100. This was presented to me 4 years ago when my ICOM IC 288H kind of gave up its ghost. But some Hanson Rockford presented it to me, and I'm very happy. I don't talk on digital mode that much, but I do like this radio. So, all right, okay, here we go. This is a radio nut joke from Rod, NA9N. In fact, I'll read 3 of them. You know you're a radio nut when the ARRL handbook is the only book you take with you to church on Sunday. Here's the second one from Rod. You know you're a radio nut when you apply for an antenna zoning variance for your cemetery lot. I should say. Another one. You know you're a radio nut when you dial 911 after you blow the finals in your transmitter. Okay, we got several more here, but we'll save them for another time. So, Rod and Thomas, thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay, okay, Scott, and thank you for checking in, too. We'll talk to you in the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. Are there any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now.
KD9MAP with a comment.
KD9MAP, go ahead, Gary.
Rich mentioned earlier that about the Belvedere Ham Fest, suggesting that it was on Saturday the 25th. I'm on the ChicagoFMClub.org website right now. I'm looking at the flyer for the Belvedere Ham Fest, and it says Sunday, September 26th. So, and as far as I know, they're the ones who sponsor it. So if there's some controversy there, I just wanted to bring that up.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens when we'll wait and see as the weeks go by, and we'll see when it actually takes place. But I'm definitely planning on going, regardless of what day it is. Thanks, Kerry. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Kilo Delta 9, Sierra Alpha Zulu, Daniel checking in. Short time tonight, Jimmy in the mobile. AA9YE, Jimmy, checking in. Short time here too.
I got 2 stations checking. KD9SAZ. Dan and Robert got you checked in. Dan, short time. 7-3, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Dave, AE9YE in Broadhead. Got you checked in. Short time. You have a good evening and you enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you. I'm sure we'll probably hear you on Sunday night in the Green County Net. Thank you for checking in. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, here's what we're going to do now. We're going to get into the Friday Night Fun Net trivia segment. As you know, tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library, State Line Amateur Radio Club will be conducting a VE testing session. For more information, contact either Tony N9ARB or Brandon K9LOA. Friday Night Fun Net Trivia is really for the benefit of those ham radio operators. Well, those prospective ham radio operators who are studying for their first amateur license. We read the questions from ARRL's Tech General Next Q&A books, and I read the questions. Anybody gets the answer, we'll give them correctly. So, okay. First question. When is an amateur station permitted to transmit without a control operator? A, when using automatic control, such as in the case of a repeater. B, when the station licensee is away and another licensed amateur is using the station. C, when the transmitting station is an auxiliary station. D, never. When is an amateur station permitted to transmit without a control operator? A, when using automatic control, such as in the case of a repeater. B, when the station licensee is away and another licensed amateur is using the station. C, that when the transmitting station is an auxiliary station. D, never. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
Never, WX9 Earl D.
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. When is an amateur station permitted to transmit without a control operator? Correct answer is D, Delta, never. 97.7A. A control operator is the licensed amateur designated to be responsible for making sure that transmissions comply with FCC rules. That doesn't have to be the same person as the station owner. Any licensed amateur can be a control operator. The station licensee is responsible for designating the control operator. A control operator must be named in the FCC amateur license database or have reciprocal operating authorization. All transmissions must be made under the supervision of a control operator, and there can be only one control operator for a station at a time. Ham radio license manual, page 8-1. Everybody stand by. I gotta go over to the other room, the other side of the room here to my other desk and get my magnifying glass. Be right with you. K-sign GCR. Okay, we're back. This case on GCR Finite Funded. Okay. What is the most common use of the reverse split function of a VHF-UHF transceiver? A, reduced power output. B, increased power output. C, listen on a repeater's input frequency. D, listen on a repeater's output frequency. What is the most common use of the reverse split portion of a VHF-UHF transceiver? A, reduced power output. B, increased power output. C, listen on a repeater's input frequency. D, listen on a repeater's output frequency. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KD9MAP is guessing C, Charlie.
You are correct, Terry. You are correct. What is the most common use of the reverse split function of a VHF-UHF transceiver? Correct answer is C, Charlie. Listen on the repeater's input frequency. Many radios have a reverse split function that swaps the transmit and receive frequencies. This enables you to listen for the other station on the repeater's input frequency. Ham radio license manual, page 6-6. We've got people who are studying for their first ham radio license. They listen to this net on and the other nets on scanners. They cannot listen to police communications anymore. unless they have a very expensive digital scanner. So this is really for their benefit. All right. I'm not reading that question. One moment, please. Okay, what is the approximate velocity of a radio wave as it travels through free space? 150,000 kilometers per second. Wait. A, 150,000 kilometers per second. B, 300 million meters per second. C, 300 billion miles per hour. D, 150,000 miles per hour. What is the approximate velocity of a radio wave as it travels through free space? A, 150,000 kilometers per hour, per second, I should say. B, 300 million meters per second. C, 300 million miles per hour. D, 150,000 miles per hour. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9MAP, is it B, Bravo?
Yes, it is, Gary. You are correct. What is the approximate velocity of a radio wave as it travels through free space? Correct answer is B, Bravo, 300 million meters per second. The speed of light in space and air is very close to 300 million meters per second, or 300 million, or 3 times 10⁸ meters per second. Ham radio license manual, page 2.5. Okay. All right. I'm not reading that question. Okay. Okay. What is the proper location for an external SWR meter? A, in series with the feed lines between the transmitter and antenna. B, in series with the station's ground. C, in parallel with the push-to-talk line and the antenna. D, in series with the power supply cable as close as possible to the radio. What is the proper location for an external SWR meter? A, in series with the feed line between the transmitter and antenna. B, in series with the station's ground. C, in parallel with the push-to-talk line and the antenna. D, in series with the power supply cable as close as possible to the radio. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, I'll read the question and give the answer. What is the proper location for an external SWR meter? The correct answer is A, alpha, in series with the feed line between the transmitter and antenna. An SWR meter is placed in series with the feed line, usually right at the output of the radio. Ham radio license manual, page 4-18. Okay. Before we continue with the trivia segment, are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please phone now. Okay, this next question is electrical question. What electrical parameter is controlled by a potentiometer? A, inductance. B, resistance. C, capacitance. D, field strength. What electrical parameter is controlled by a potentiometer? Or it should be potentiometer or whatever. A, inductance. B, resistance. C, capacitance. D, field strength. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
9 BDI resistance.
You are correct, Thomas. You are correct. What electrical parameter is controlled by a potentiometer? Correct answer is B, Bravo, resistance. We'll find another one here. Okay. What is... I'm not going to read that one. We don't have the figures in front of me. We're going to skip that one. Okay. Which of the following is a way to reduce or eliminate interference from an amateur transmitter to a nearby telephone? A. Put a filter on the amateur transmitter. B. Reduce the microphone gain. C. Reduce the SWR on the transmitter transmission line. D. Put an RF filter on the telephone. Which of the following is a way to reduce or eliminate interference from an amateur transmitter to a nearby telephone? A. Put a filter on the amateur transmitter. B. Reduce the microphone gain. C. Reduce the SWR on the transmission line. D. Put an RF filter on the telephone. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Well, I'm torn between A and D, but I'm going to shoot for A because I'm probably wrong. WX9 RLT.
Ricky, I tell you what, you are right and you are wrong. That is not correct. That's not correct. Thank you for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
K9SAZ, put a filter on the phone, D, I believe it was.
You say D Delta, Dan?
QSL, yes.
You are correct, Dan. You are correct. Which of the following is a way to reduce or eliminate the interference from an amateur transmitter to a nearby telephone? Correct answer is D Delta. Put an RF filter on the telephone. Low-pass RF filters connected at the modular jack are the best way to reduce RFI to telephones by blocking RF signals on the telephone line. Ham radio lights and manual page 9-8. These questions are for the benefit of those who are studying for their first ham radio license. So, all right. Okay. What operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? A. Contesting. B. Net operations. C. Public service events. D. Simulate emergency exercise. What operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? A. Contesting. B. Net operations. C. Public service events. D. Simulated emergency exercise. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
Yep, the reason why I need coax contesting A Alpha WX9 RLT.
You are correct, Ricky. You are correct. What operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? Correct answer is A Alpha, contesting. Radio contests are held in which the competitors try to make as many short contacts as possible in a fixed period of time, like a field day there. Ham radio license manual page 6-9. Although, well, technically field day is not really a contest. Okay, let's find another one. What is an advantage of using a properly mounted 5/8 wavelength antenna for VHF or UHF mobile service? A. It has a lower radiation angle and more gain than a 1/4 wavelength antenna. B. It has very high angle radiation for better communicating through a repeater. C. It eliminates distortion caused by reflected signals. D. It has 10 times the power gain of a 1/4 wavelength design. What is an advantage of using a properly mounted 5/8 wavelength antenna for VHF or UHF mobile service? A. It has a lower radiation angle and more gain than a 1/4 wavelength antenna. B. It has very high angle radiation for better communicating through a repeater. C. It eliminates distortion caused by reflected signals. D. It has 10 times the power gain of a 1/4 wavelength design. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. What is an advantage of using a properly mounted 5/8 wavelength antenna for VHF or UHF mobile service? Correct answer is A, alpha. It has a lower radiation angle and more gain than a 1/4 wavelength antenna. Due to its extended length compared to a 1/4 antenna, the 5/8 antenna focus on a bit more energy toward the horizon, improving range. Hand radio lights and manual page 4-12. Okay. This is K9G Shower with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXC repeated in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in this time? Please call now.
KD9 QBB, Brian in Roscoe, checking in late tonight, no traffic.
KD9QBB Bravo, Brian. Okay. Brian, did you ever, Ricky, WX9RLT is on the air. Do you want to get back to him, or did you already make contact with him concerning the Facebook page?
I have not. And Ricky, yeah, if you want to explain to me, I did a search on Facebook for Friday Night Fun Net, and I didn't come up with anything. So what do I search for, Ricky, on Facebook to find the Facebook page and become a friend? Over.
Good evening, Brian. Name is Ricky, WX9RLT. Actually, the way that you did it should have worked. You go on the Facebook, facebook.com, and then type in Friday Night Fun Net page, and it should pull up. Now, there might be an alternative. Sometimes they go by, it would be FN. I had a brain fart for the life of me. I can't think of what the heck that's called. But put in FN, and it might pull up that way. It's a page. No, actually, I take that back. It's a group. It's a Friday Night Fun Net group. And so that might be another way of trying to locate it as well, because you might have been looking for a page, and it's actually a group. Now, when you find it, you just basically hit join, and then it'll pop on there, and one of the mods will sit there and see that you wanted to join it, and then it'll only take a couple minutes for one of us to pop on there and accept you. But yeah. Sounds like you're doing it the right way. I don't understand why it didn't pop up, but Friday Night Fun Net page, or FN. And then if you're not able to locate it, you could just type in my call sign, WX9RLT, and it'll pop me up, and then I'll kind of guide you through it that way. So I'll send it back to you, WX9RLT.
Amen.
Comment?
It's Friday Night Fun Net Central.
Okay, did you copy that? Friday Night Fun Net Central.
I'm working on it right now. I did copy it, yes, but I'm doing the search for it. It's in groups. Friday Night Fun Net Central says 10 years public group. So I don't know. There's a few different kind of ones, but is it the one that says 10 years? And then there's another one that says Friday Night Fun. So I don't think it's that one. Over.
Yep, 10 years will be the one.
10 years looks like that's the one, and in there the trophy of the Cubs. Over.
I'll check it here in a minute and see when you're on there, and I'll approve you here in a minute. So I'll send it back to you guys, WX9RLT. I forgot about the 10-year thing. Brad ended up adding that 10-year thing here not too long ago, so that's on me, and I apologize.
No problem. I got it. I just sent my request to join the group. So KD9QVB, hopefully the newest member of that Friday Night FunNet Central group. Thanks a lot, Ricky, and back to you, Net Control.
Okay, I figured we'd get you in there one way or the other, Brian, and thank you for checking. That means you can listen to the Friday Night FunNet whenever you any night of the week if you want it. You can listen when Mike K9MED is recording this. He's recording this net right now. He's already recorded other ones that they've been posted, and you can listen to it. Like you can listen to it whenever you want it. Day, night, Sundays, holidays, what have you. Hopefully someday, eventually we'll have Friday Night FunNet all the time. All Friday Night FunNet all the time. You can listen whenever you want it. Okay, just a minute. Al, KD9EPG, let me put you down. What's going on with you, Al?
Oh, nothing much. I had an appointment Wednesday, went over to Swede. Got a pulmonary function test and saw the pulmonologist, and she told me to get me a nebulizer. Told me I had like 54% lung function. I guess the other 46% of my lungs are done. So, I guess I'm going to have to live with that. But, and then I find out my home care girl, who I haven't seen since Wednesday, took me down there and that. All of a sudden, yesterday, came down sick with a sore throat, and I'm having trouble breathing. So I don't know what she's got, but I hope she didn't give it to me being cooped up in the Subaru with her to Rockford's back.
Good God, you can't win for losing. Ain't that the way it goes? You know, I'll tell you what, hopefully the so-called doctor wasn't carrying what wasn't sick there. That's, honestly compelled me to say this, folks, but half the time they don't have enough brains. We'll just leave it at that. Al, is Metamora, the repeater, coming in tonight?
If it is, it isn't enough to bother me. You're coming in just fine. And yeah, it wasn't the doctor who got sick. It was my home care worker. You know, the girl that normally comes to my house and helps me with stuff. And she's the one who took me. I hope she's all right, but meanwhile, because I don't know if you know, they're having trouble covering them. So now, I had no one yesterday, I had no one today. They don't know if I'll have anybody Monday, and meanwhile, I haven't had a shower since Wednesday.
Well, Al, all I gotta say is good luck. So, okay, I'll tell you what, I don't know what to tell you. You know, half the time you don't know what to believe anymore. So I just say that to heck with it. I went through the COVID. I got my vaccination. I'm not wearing the mask. That's just the way it's going to be. We'll just put it that way. Al, thank you for checking in. You're welcome to jump in any time there. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night FunNet, please call now. All right, we're going to continue on with the trivia. We're going to do 2 more questions on the technician's portion. All right. Now, what are the toughest questions in the tech, general, and extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. You new listeners, those of you new hands who are listening, you pass your test tomorrow here in Freeport, someday you're going to be involved in climbing, a tower climbing crew. You're either going to be climbing the tower, or you're going to be part of the ground support crew. This question might put you over the top tomorrow as far as getting your technician's license. So here we go. Which of the following is an important safety precaution to observe when putting up an antenna tower? A. Wear a ground strap connected to your wrist at all times. B. Insulate the base of the tower to avoid lightning strikes. C. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. D. All of these choices are correct. Which of the following is an important safety precaution to observe when putting up an antenna tower? A. Wear a ground strap connected to your wrist at all times. B. Insulate the base of the tower to avoid lightning strikes. C. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Well, you know I hate those tower questions, but D, Delta WX9 early.
Well, tell you what, Ricky, sorry, that's not correct. Okay, anybody else want to give it a try?
89 SAZ, C, overhead wires. Look out for all that good stuff.
You are correct, Dan. You are correct. Which of the following is an important safety precaution to observe when putting up an antenna tower? Correct answer is D, Delta. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. Well, in a way, the Ricky WX9R tell you that by right it should be all of the above. That's the way and I'm sure Kerry T9MAP says the same thing. But the correct answer is C, Charlie. Power lines are the enemy of antenna installers. Place all antennas and feed lines well clear of the power lines, including the utility service dropped to your home. Be sure that if any of the part of the antenna or support structure falls, it cannot fall on the power line. A good guideline is to separate the antenna from the nearest power line by 150% of total height of tower or mast plus antenna. A minimum of 10 feet of clearance during a fall is a must. Never attach an antenna or guy wire to a utility pole, since a mechanical failure could result in contact with the high voltage power lines. Am Radio License Manual, page 9-18. Okay. Okay. I'll read another. This is another tower question. So, okay. What is considered to be a proper grounding method for a tower? A single 4-foot ground rod driven into the ground, I should say, no more than 12 inches from the base. B, a ferret core RF choke connected between the tower and ground. C, separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. D, a connection between the tower base and a cold water pipe. What is considered to be a proper grounding method for a tower? A single 4-foot ground rod driven into the ground no more than 12 inches from the base. B, a ferret core RF choke connected between the tower and the ground. C, separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. D, a connection between the tower base and a cold water pipe. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
89 SAZ.
Go ahead, Dan.
C, 8-foot rod each leg and all tied together. 9WFT.
Okay, you are correct, Dan. You are correct. What is considered to be a proper grounding method for a tower? Correct answer is C, Charlie. Separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. Grounding rules for antennas and supports must be followed according to your local electrical code. Towers should be grounded with separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg, bonded to the tower and each other. It's in the ham radio license manual page 9-18. Those of you new people who are going to be taking your test tomorrow here in Freeport tomorrow, hopefully you got those answers written down. Memorize them in your head before you go to bed tonight. You might want to do some last minute studying tomorrow morning before you head over to the testing session. Good luck. Let's hope everybody pass their test. Let's hope we see some new hands get their licenses tomorrow. All right. Before we continue, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, now we're going to go to the general portion. Oh, boy. Okay. What is the first question? What is the maximum symbol rate permitted for RTTY or data emission transmitted at frequencies below 28 megahertz? A, 56 kilobaud. B, 19.6 kilobaud. C, 1200 baud. D, 300 baud. What is the maximum symbol rate permitted for RTTY or data emission transmitted at frequencies below 28 megahertz? A, 56 kilobaud. B, 19.6 kilobaud. C, 1200 baud. D, 300 baud. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay, I'll read this question and give the correct answer. What is the maximum symbol rate permitted for RTTY or data emission transmitted at frequencies below 28 megahertz? Correct answer is D, delta 300 baud. I don't think many people use that mode anyway, so let's move on. All right. Trying to be careful to not read the same questions over. Okay, okay, all right. Wait a minute, just a minute. Okay, what is, some of these questions really should belong in the technician's portion there, but here we go. What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? A, say QRZ several times followed by your call sign. B, say your call sign once. C, say breaker breaker. D, say CQ followed by the call sign of either station. What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? A, say QRZ several times followed by your call sign. B, say your call sign once. C, say breaker breaker. D, say CQ followed by the call sign of either station. Anybody correct to answer this question?
I've always wanted to say breaker, breaker, but I know that's wrong. Bravo. Say your call sign, WX9RLD.
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. Hopefully the new people who are starting for taking their technician test tomorrow hopefully heard that, too. Okay. What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? Correct answer is B, Bravo. Say your call sign once. Breaking into a conversation is easiest if you wait until both stations are listening so that your signal will be heard. In order to identify your transmissions during this brief period, simply say your call sign. No over or break is required, nor do you have to give either of the transmitting stations call signs. General class license manual page 2-5. That really should belong in the technician portion of this question by rights. Okay. No, we're not using. Just a minute. All right. What segment of the 20-meter band is most often used for digital transmissions or avoiding the DX propagation of beacons? A, 1400 to 14.050 megahertz. B, 14.070 to 14.112 megahertz. C, 14.150 to 14.225 megahertz. D, 14.275 to 14.350 megahertz. What segment of the 20-meter band is most often used for digital transmissions avoiding the DX propagation beacons? A, 1400 to 14.050 megahertz. B, 14.070 to 14.112 megahertz. C, 14.150 to 14.225 megahertz. D, 14.275 to 14.350 megahertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? This is K9G-Star to Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Shuttle in Freeport. Okay, I'm going to read the question and give the correct answer. What segment of the 20-meter band is most often used for digital transmissions or avoiding the DX propagation beacons? Correct answer is B, Bravo, 14.070 to 14.112 megahertz. The FCC's rules specify where RTTY and data transmissions are allowed, but the band plans tell you where such signals are usually found. The band, well, let's skip that one. Let's move on. Okay, what factors affect the MUF? A, path, distance, and location. B, time of day and season. C, solar radiation and ionospheric disturbances. D, all these choices are correct. What factors affect the MUF? A, path, distance, and location. C, time of day and season. C, solar radiation and ionospheric disturbances. D, all these choices are correct. Anybody correct answer this one?
I was hoping somebody would jump in there. This is going to be a guess. D Delta.
You are correct. You are correct, Ricky. What factors affect the MUF? Correct answer. What? Let's do that. What factors affect the MUF? A, path, the distance, and the location. B, time of day and season. C, solar radiation, ionospheric disturbances. D, all of these choices are correct. The correct answer is D Delta. All of these choices are correct. And the discussion is rather lengthy, so I'm not even going to bother reading it. Okay. Okay. What could be a symptom of a ground loop somewhere in your station? A, you receive reports of hum on your station's transmitted signal. B, the SWR reading for one or more antennas is suddenly very high. C, an item of station equipment starts to draw excessive amounts of current. D, you receive reports of harmonic interference from your station. What could be a symptom of a ground loop somewhere in your station? A, receive reports of hum on your station's transmitted signal. B, the SWR reading for one or more antennas is suddenly very high. C, an item of station equipment starts to draw excessive amounts of current. D, you receive reports of harmonic interference from your station. Anybody correct to answer this question? Go ahead, Al.
A is an alpha.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. What could be a symptom of a ground loop somewhere in your station? Correct answer is A, alpha. You receive reports of hum on your signals. Your station's a transmit signal. All right. Okay. Before we proceed, Are there any more stations who wish to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
K9FLO.
Number 9 Zulu, Uniform Tango, Jeff, no traffic.
K9FLO, Dean, how you doing?
Hi, good evening, Jimmy. KC9GCR, K9FLO here. And yeah, I made it down here in time. I was worried I might be at the end of the event, but I made it. It's Friday once again, and I think we got a Ham Fest this weekend up in Jefferson. So the Ham Fest season is at least more in this area is starting up. That's good. What else going on here? I think that's about it. Working on the project, and that's about the excitement there. KC9GCR, K9FLO. Any questions tonight there, Jimmy?
Well, this was a question that I asked a couple weeks ago. We were talking about county fairs. Richard, N9ZO, last night during one of the nesters suggested I bring up that topic. Like we're in the middle of fair season. We got several county fairs going. We got Belvedere's having their fair, and we got a couple of others down in Carroll County and over in Joe Davis County. There, we got a couple of fairs going on. We got I guess Wisconsin State Fair starts next week, and the Illinois State Fair get underway later in this month. I was asking everybody if they were already went to the fair or they were already planning on going.
We usually go to the Boone County because that's the not necessarily the closest, but it's most direct. It's all rural driving, so that's a pretty easy one to get to. And we're a Wednesday type person, so that means it's a senior day, get in free. But I enjoy going there for the food and looking at all the exhibits and all the other stuff. Not as fun as a Ham Fest, but kind of looking forward to it. Missed last year's. Always look forward every year. Haven't been up to we usually try to get to the Rock County one too, but it's not going to work out this year. Winnebago, haven't been to that one in a long time. That's a pretty good drive from here. That's about a 35-mile drive to get over there. But I always like that one too. But the Boone is the one that is the biggie around here. And if Mother Nature's cooperative, it'd be in a nice mid-80s, but a lot of times it's more in the 90s. And boy, that is just miserable for at least us seniors, elderly people. How's that? KC9GCR, K9FLO.
That sounds good. I understand. I was at the Stevenson County Fair last week. It was not anything to write home about this year. There was not many exhibitors or food vendors there, but I got to eat at the Hog House. I had my hot dog and jumbo corn dog, and I had some ice cream from Union Dairy, so that's fine. We don't usually get done with the net until it's usually around 10:15 or 10:30, so we still got we got about maybe a half hour, 45 minutes to go. See how many more stations that check in.
Well, in that case, I am early. I'll have to come back and recheck in there, and that'll make it okay. And I heard you check in at the RockNet, so very good. Not much going on there. We'll be starting up the FusionNet first week of September, get that going again. So anybody out there with Fusion Radio, the 146.715 repeater, it's Clinton, but it's got a very good range to it, and that is a Fusion repeater. So we do have a net on, I think, Thursday nights about 7:30. That'll be starting in September, just to make everybody aware of that, because September is coming up quickly. And it's always fun to use the old digital stuff. We got paid the money to have it, and got the repeaters around here, so we might as well take advantage of it and do some learning there. And anyways, that's about what's happening here, Jimmy. KC9GCR, K9FL Open.
Okay, sounds good. Tuesday evenings during the 7 o'clock hour, we besides the internet, of course, you know, we got the two health and tech nets going on. I have 2 radios on. I try to check in about both of them, and so that I listen. So when it comes time for me to make my comments during the roundtable or something, I try to make them. So I do the best I can to try to check into both of them.
What time or what frequency is that on as the health and welfare, and what time?
Well, the first one, it's on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, the same time as the Rock County net. It's on 147195. Well, of course, you checked into this net when I held the head on 195. And at the end of the Thursday one, there's at the same time on the same repeater. At the end of each health and tech net, there's CW code practice. I don't know if you're interested in that or not, but Larry K9KCT does the code practice.
Very good. Yeah, I'm too late for that. The code, I'm kind of out of that. But okay, on the health and welfare one, and I was going to just ask you something. I had that senior moment again about another net going on. Darn it all. See what happens, Jimmy. It's got to be that maybe it's the RF that does it. Jimmy, go ahead.
Okay, that sounds. Were you thinking about the 10-meter net? Is that what you're thinking about?
Well, that's right. That's what I was going to ask you. Is Rick still doing the 10-meter net? And is that still on? I believe it was on Tuesday nights about 8 o'clock. Is that correct? Go ahead.
Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock. He has not checked into this net so far tonight, but it's now known as the North America Long Wires net. It has changed. It's changed frequency. It is no longer on 28.425. It is now on 28.390. If Rick does check in, then hopefully he will give you more information. But that's where that net is held on now.
Okay, I'll pass that information up to whoever's got the net next week at Rock County, and also for the White Network and a net on Wednesday that frequency has changed. So I'll try to make everybody aware of that there, Jimmy. So very good. Appreciate the information. KC9GCR, KNFL.
Okay, Dean, sounds good. Hey, 7-3, have a good evening. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for checking in. You're never too early, you're never too late to be worthy of checking in the Friday Night Fun Day. That's one of our mottos there. So, 7-3, Dean, talk to you later. Have a good evening. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 9, Charlie, Foxtrot Lima. Mike in Rockton, no traffic.
Number 9, Zulu, Uniform Tango. Jeff, no traffic.
Mike in Rockton. The topic, we had this 2 weeks ago, but we're doing this again. County Fair, we're in the middle of County Fair season. Of course, Wisconsin State Fair starts next week, and the Illinois State Fair gets underway later on this month. Have you, or are you planning on attending any county fairs?
KC9 CFL. Jimmy, I really don't do county fairs anymore. I used to back in the day, get a turkey leg and a funnel cake. But, yeah, I don't, the closest thing I get to a county fair is once a year I go to the Ham Fest in Belvedere. But, other than that, everything's going okay, and, just hanging in there, working, breathing in and out. Got, a new backpack for my X5105, so I can go portable with it a little bit more, a little easier. So, that's it. KC9, CFL, back to net control.
Okay, sounds good. Belvedere's coming up the weekend, the 25th and 26th. So as soon as we get more information, we'll definitely pass it along to you. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now.
Number 9 Zulu, Uniform Tango, no traffic.
Last station trying to check in. Come back. There's a lot of biz static. Come back.
November 9 Zulu, Uniform Tango.
N9ZUT. Okay, Jeff. Did you say you had traffic?
No traffic.
No traffic, you said?
Sure.
Okay, you cut yourself off. Do you or do you not have traffic?
No traffic, Jimmy. No traffic.
Okay, sorry about that. We got you. The question is, have you attended any county fairs this year? Are you going to be attending?
Probably will swing out to Boone County and then probably Winnebago County. So just have to see what the schedule is.
I understand that, Jeff. Okay, sounds good. What else is going on with you?
Not too much. Went to Festa Italiana up at Boylan, and good food and nice crowd. So hope it's successful for them this year. So that's all I got. N9ZUT.
Sounds good, Jeff. Yeah, I heard to see that on the news. Festa Italiano. That's great. That's great that they're picking it up again. Tonight, I had what I call my Friday night lasagna. I had the meat lovers lasagna from Stover. It's heated up in the microwave oven. I couldn't eat all of it, but I didn't want to throw it out, so I put it in the refrigerator. Well, I heat it up again. So that's good. I had my Friday night lasagna. Okay, Jeff. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Day. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. KC9DDL. Good evening, John. Well, you're checking number 30, by the way. What's going on with you? Are you planning on attending any county fair?
Yeah, hi, Jimmy. Yeah, we'll make it this year. That's nice. Let's see here. No county fairs. Probably, yeah, no county fairs. Let's just go to the Ham Fest up there. If that's Chicago Club, FM Club, whatever, that's called the fairgrounds there. That's all we've got on the books there, Jimmy. But sounds good. Thanks so much. Have a good weekend. John down there.
Okay, John. Sounds good. You have a good evening. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Day. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Any more stations wish to check in, please call now. K-Sign GCR net control the Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay, let's resume the trivia segment. There. So, but this net, we are not a formal net. So, we're not like some nets there. So we'll just that's the way we operate here. Okay. Here's the next. Okay. This next question in the general segment. How does an inductor react to AC? A. As the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. B. As the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. C. As the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. D. As the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. How does an inductor react to AC? A. As the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. B. As the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. C. As the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. D. As the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. Does anybody correct to answer this question? Okay, read the question again. I'll give the correct answer. How does an inductor react to AC? Correct answer is G delta. As the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. I think that this will do it for this portion of the trivia segment. I'm going to read a couple of questions if I can find them from the extra portion. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on. Okay. One moment, please. Okay, I'm trying to find the necessary questions. It's kind of hard to do here. So, oh boy. Sorry about this, folks. Believe it or not, people, somebody's shooting off fireworks again. 4th of July was over for about a month here, so I don't know what's going on. But it sounds like bang, bang, bang. So. Okay, in the meanwhile, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Deck? Please call now. Yes, sorry about this, folks, but I tried to... I'm looking for some questions relating to slow scan at the TV, because I know a lot of you... work that. I'll see if I can find the, what have you, if I can find them correctly. So, I don't know. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. Any more stations would like to check the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Okay. I found one. All right. What do the letters F, E, C mean as they relate to digital operations? A. Forward error correction. B. First error correction. C. Fatal error correction. D. Final error correction. What do the letters F, E, C mean as they relate to digital operations? A. Forward error correction. B. First error correction. C. Fatal error correction. D. Final error correction. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. What do the letters FEC mean and as they relate to digital operations? Correct answer is A, alpha, forward error correction. Okay. I read that question last week. I'm not going to read it again. Okay. What is a... one moment, please. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXT repeater Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at? Okay. Which of the following factors most affects the accuracy of a frequency counter? A. Input attenuator accuracy. B. Time base accuracy. C. Decade divider accuracy. D. Temperature coefficient of the logic. Which of the following factors most affects the accuracy of a frequency counter? A. Input attenuator accuracy. B. Time base accuracy. C. Decade divider accuracy. D. Temperature coefficient of the logic. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay. Which of the following factors most affects the accuracy of a frequency counter? Correct answer is B. B. Bravo, time-based accuracy. Okay. Do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please go on out. Okay, well, folks, I think that's going to do it for Friday Night Fun Net Trivia for this week. I want to thank everybody for participating, and those of you who are going to come to Freeport, take your, especially your technician's test tomorrow, Freeport Public Library. Good luck. Let's hope you all pass. Okay. Any more stations allowed checking the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on out. Okay. Sorry about this, folks. Okay, I want to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. That is, if I can find my papers here. Okay, here we go. The Night Watch net is getting underway right now. It is currently being held on the CFMC 443.750 repeater, the PL in Chicago with PL 114.8 plus offset. That net runs 7 nights a week, runs from 10 till at least 11 o'clock. You cannot get into the repeater. You can also get in there via the Echo Link. The Lunch Bunch net is held every day, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 12 noon and 1 p.m. A Swamp net is held at 12:30 p.m. It's on the 145.43 Joe repeater in Downers Grove, Illinois. That has a PL 107.2 minus offset. W9DUP DuPage County repeater. Saturday Night Fun is held every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee with PL 1.7.3 minus offset. The Greene County Aries Races net is held every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. I should say, on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott, K9YI earlier checked this as net control. It's a combination Aries Races net and drag tune net. The Big Thunder Amps Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere. That has a PL of 100.0 plus offset. The Rock County, no. The Whiteside County Aries net is held at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling, PL 114.8 minus offset. Okay. This Monday evening at 7 p.m. either on this repeater, hopefully on 147195. We have the Monday night rah-rah info net. Larry, K9, KGT, and I share the duties of net control. Larry ran the net last Monday night. I'll be doing the net this coming Monday night. The Lee County Aries Group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL of 82.5 Miasawset. The Kishwaukee Half Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. I should say on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb with PL 100.0 Miasawset. K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXT repair in Rockford. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now.
K9GCR. Alpha Kilo 9 Foxtrot David, mobile and Lloyd tonight, no sir.
KTIF, good evening, Dave. What's going on with you? Are you planning on attending any county fairs this year?
I actually attended the Rock County Fair last week, and I'm also looking forward to attend one night the concert at the Walworth County Fair on Sunday, Labor Day weekend.
Okay, sounds good, Dave. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any more stations you want to check in, please call now. Okay, let me continue on with the other. Let's see. We have the, we have the first of the two health and the tech nets on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater. Larry, H9GO, the Rah-Rah board president, is the net control of that net. Immediately following that net, there's this CW code practice with Larry, K9KGT. At the same time that net's going on, the Rock County Public Service net meets on 145.450 repeater in Janesville, PL 123.0 Miasawset. That net also meets at 7 p.m. The North America Long Wires net, as is known now, meets on 28.390 megahertz upper sideband at 8 p.m. Rick at K9QDP is net control. I'm surprised he hasn't checked into this net tonight. Hopefully there's nothing. Hopefully everything is okay with it. Okay, the Ogle County After Radio net, including Area Skywarn, holds its Tuesday evening net at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with a PL 146.2 plus offset. The Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the Stevenson County Aries net. I'm the net control of that net, and let's see. I can't even talk here. Gary Boyd After Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater Boyd PL 123.0 plus offset. The Wednesday evening swap net is held at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. And the Thursday evenings we have the second health and tech net which meet Thursdays on at 7 p.m. 147.195 repeater. I haven't been filling in. I've been in net control for several weeks now, and immediately found that there's also a CW cold fractures with Larry, K9KZT. Now, on HF, you got the C9 net. That meets on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband for 1,400 to 1,500 hours Zulu. Chuck, WD9BB is net control. He takes check-ins not only locally but throughout the U.S. Okay, you're all caught up on your area nets. You support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters, your member of any ham radio club. By all means, support your local club. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call it up. I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Contact Friday Night Fun Net Central or whatever. Let's see. Either Ricky WX9RLT or Brad Smith is in charge of that. I don't know what his new call is now. He's got an A call now, but you see pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun Net. You see updated pictures of my ham shack and you see weather information. I don't know how many people sign up for it, but you want to sign up for the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, contact Ricky or Brad, and they'll get you signed up. Next, I want to tell you about Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. The phone is not ringing tonight during this net. But if I'm transmitting and you hear the phone ring, that's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony telephone ring. You see pictures of it on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. So, okay. Okay, are there any more stations I'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now. Okay, folks, I had thought of something. Let's see, 10 years ago, on Friday, July 29, 2011, I had my very first 50-plus check-in Friday Night Fun Net. That's the favorite. That's my all-time favorite Friday Night Fun Net. I had check-ins from all over the place. Let's see, I think the Thursday of last week was the 10-year anniversary. So I'm gonna tell you what. Oh boy. I had check-ins from Keokuk, Iowa, and all over the place there. So let's see. Who were some of the check-ins back then? Let me check my list here. Okay, one moment, please. Okay, the late great Gene Duggan, W9GD, was my very first check-in that night. Who was some of the other ones there? The late Jim Benders, Case 9ZFX, Silent T now. And let's see. At that time, the net was held on 147.255 of repeater. Let's see. The late Larry Kincannon, KB9RZZ, checked in. And I'm trying to check who else? Oh, yeah, myself, of course. I'm looking through all the records here. Okay. K9YI, Scott Monroe checked in that night. Looking through all the different people. Let's see. K9DDF, John checked in. Eric, K9MCS checked in. And let's see. KG9SF, Scott checked in. It's now 8 K9SF. Here's the note. I had 56 check-ins, the most check-ins I ever had. That was another new record for check-ins. The first 50 check-ins or above net. The best of the Friday Night Fun Net, one for the ages. That was the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, July 29th, 2011. My very first 50-plus check-in net. I will cherish that net for the rest of my life. That's my all-time favorite net. Okay, at this time, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call on. Okay, I want to thank members of the Rah-Rah Board of Trustees, Board of Directors, especially Kurt, K9N, the repeater chairman, for allowing us to use this repeater for the Friday Night Fun Net. Glad we got to use it for a change after several weeks on 195. Okay, I want to run down the list of stations checked in so far. 89VU, W99WTF, K9HKX, K9NWY, H9NW, K9KGT, K9QPL, K9RGG, KL7JEB, N9GBP, W9JTC, K9MBD was recording this net, and WX9RLT, K9GOL. E9JF, NA9N, KE9BDI. I want to thank Terry, K9MAP, K9SBA, Matt, K9YI, Scott, W9GE for an honorary check-in. N90 Richard, K9SAZ, 89YE, K9QDV, Brian, K9EPZ, K9FLO, K9CFL, N9ZUT, K9DDF, myself, K9GCR, and AK9F. I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 check-ins on the net. Okay. Any more stations want to check in, please call now. Okay, let me go with my honorary check-ins now. We'll put down W9GD as an honorary check-in. N9ARB, C, N9, TAB, better F. Okay, EE9SF, Scott, the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club. Okay, second number 35. Okay. AC9JZ, Mike, HC honorary check-ins. K9FEO, Justin, HC honorary check-ins. KB9LOA, Brandon, HC honorary check-in. KD9 OVJ, John non-HC honorary check-in. And let's see. Yeah, I put, oh yes, I put him down, okay. Kurt, KE9N. HC honorary check-in. Hopefully it won't be too long, he's back on the air again. So I got a total of 40 check-ins. At this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, does anybody have any additional traffic comments, input they'd like to bring before the net? Oh, yes, KD9, QDP, I got to put him in as an honorary check-in. Okay. Okay, I want to thank everybody for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. We had a very successful net tonight, as usual. Great turnout, great weather. Okay, with that, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your grocery store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter of your convenience store. Be sure you tell your local, waiters, waitresses, or bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, or pubs, taverns. Be sure you tell your bank teller, your clerk behind the counter, your local post office, your local postmaster. Be sure you tell your news car dealer, your stockbroker, your bank president, your bank teller. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your priest, your minister, your rabbi, your imams, your ayatollahs, or your mullahs. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun Net. More check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. You take a knee during your sporting event, we don't take your check-ins. You don't back the blue, we don't take your check-ins. That's all there is to it. We back the U.S. flag and our local police. Okay. This is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from wherever in the region with without traffic. Case 9GCR. Last call for ratchet jaw. Okay, tune in again next week, same time, same repeater, we hope, for another edition of Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR, net control of Friday Night Fun Net. Now goes now this Friday, August 6, 2021 edition of Friday Night Fun Net, and return to repeater and frequency normal land radio use at 10:24 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Let's see, 3 hours, 24 minutes Zulu time with a grand total of 41 check-ins. 7 reads, everybody. This is K9GCR. Wish you all a very pleasant good night.